G'day lovely people, welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. This will be my Knackers Yard. A bit of a sort out day more than anything else. The carb manifolds for Otto for the CX500 squeaking around out there at the back so it doesn't get mucky. They haven't arrived. These are the old ones. I did try just chucking some sticky over the top, but in typical every delivery, I ordered them on Sunday last week. They were due to arrive Wednesday this week. It's currently Saturday and they're still not here. Thanks every year. It's good to see they really changed since they changed their name from Hermes and had to change it because it got a bad rep. Yeah, whatever. Looking at pork, the Superdream chop. I think he's good to go, so I'm just going through everything, making sure everything's nice and tight. Going to give him a clean up, take some photos, etc. Little bits, there was a plate across the front that said Honda, which when I looked at a little bit more closely, does say Honda. That badge is on sideways because it was a 0, sorry, the O, so the relief on the O is different than the rest. The plate itself is just hacked off. Minging, let's say that. That's not going back on. I might put something on the front, but I don't think I'm going to bother. Fucking head. I will get used to the fact that garage door is a bit lower in this garage than my last. Anyway, so I'm going to give them a clean up, a little bit of a touch-up paint where it needs it. So, for example, around the frame number, for example. It's had a red frame at some point, which is weird, because you can see it in other gaps. Now I'm not going to take off frame elements to paint it black, but I might just touch up little bits I can see. But yeah, so jet wash, I know people get upset when you use a jet wash on a bike. For what it's worth, my point of view, it's fine as long as you don't hold it 2 inches away and try and blast through seals. But for getting loose stuff off, it's absolutely fine. There's a few other bits that I might just touch up as well. So you've got long bolts hanging out, for example, so I might just whip them back a little bit. But that's first things first, just give him a good douche, because he's not had one since I've had it, and I want him nice and presentable for his school photo. Right, let me get that done. Okay, there we go, post cleanup. So a little bit of black on the bits that needed it, including the bolts at the front, bit of spit, bit of polish, not too much. This isn't polishing a turd, it's a 1979 bike, for crying out loud. But chopped off the back of the bolts. The only thing that I've had to do is one times rear bulb, because I noticed that it wasn't working on if you catch my drift. It worked on brake but not on. So how I'm on. Kill switch was still on. So yeah, so just about see the brake there, like on brake. No indicators on this. It will come with the grip to actually have indicators. Oh, this one doesn't. It's still, the loom's still there. It has been chopped back a little bit, but I just can't be bothered, frankly. Yeah, all good. Sounds bloody lovely, it really does. Yeah, so the anomaly on this turn it off at the top, was fine. I could cock around with the wiring, but I really don't want to. All good. This is going to be on the market very, very shortly, probably before this video goes out. It may well be sold before it goes out. I do need to give Charlie at Motorcycle Rescuer a look because he's interested. I haven't shown the bulb and the fronts yet, have I? So, just for proof that I ain't lying. So, off, side light, main beam, full beam, total eclipse. Yeah, all good. Now, as a special bonus content, the Every package finally arrived. I just chucked some black on that as well while I was blacking out little bits on that. So I'm going to stick this away and then we'll push Otto forward. Ivan, my day ride, the ER6N, has had a bit of a wash as well because I was cleaning this one. Now I neglect my own daily ride probably as much as most do, so he gets a wash when, well, he gets an occasional one. I have done a few bits on him over last week, just tidied him up. I do need to get to those pipes, but they are so corroded. Not the pipes, sorry, the exhaust studs are so corroded that I had a quick go and I wasn't getting anywhere. They're not leaking, there's nothing wrong with them, but they are going to go at some point. And I'm trying to be a bit preemptive, but I'm not in a rush. That might just be a quiet weekend job, I think. But I am going to have to effectively weld bolts on the end and unbolt them that way, so I need a bit of a run up to that. Right, let's get some photos and videos done of Pork and put him away, out of the way, so I'm not going to dent him or drop things on him, and then have a go at it. Right, there we go, that's got the new manifolds in it. I have painted them black just to get them to blend in a little bit more. Unfortunately, it didn't come with a bolt, so it's got the old bolts on there, a bit rusty. I'll have to do something with them, but the question is, does it start? Now obviously I've had the tank off, I've had the carbs half off, so I'm not expecting it to bark straight in, but let's see. You see it's been in pieces for just over a week, so might be a little bit reluctant. Give it manageable noise with that exhaust on it than the two little Chinese ones. Right, so what have I done? So I did have a crappy little filter on there. I couldn't get to the bolt with it there, didn't like it, so I've just basically directed it down and out of the way. I'm just going to let that warm up while I find the seats, which I've stuck somewhere safe, and we'll pull them back together. I might just fast forward it. I need to see how it sounds riding it, I think. Get me lid. Okay, what about you? I always have a routine. I always start an engine before I put my gloves on. Now, I've played with the idle a little bit to try and help it settle out. It was idling really quite high, but now I seem to have a relatively uniform intake, i.e. it's not just pulling air past that manifold. seems to be a lot more. Right, my ancient Karcher power washer done its job, looks a lot better. And the reason I wanted to show it was my little shells over my pods at autumn. Somebody asked whether or not I need to reject it. It's not restricting it at all, it's just sat over the top, it's just directing water out. So I'm still not convinced over the jetting of the bike. It's still a bit spitty, but it's a lot better. I still need to sort out that bloody jet tank. Kind of works. It when I rev, but that's kind of about it, and it's a bit hit and miss. Right, that'll do me. Cheers all, I'll catch you later on. Ta-da. Okay, so a take 2 on the test ride. Because, well no, actually a take 3. Take 1, I forgot to plug my helmet audio in. I noticed just as I was packing up last night, so I had a quick go up and down the hill after I packed up, and it cut out halfway. I think more battery related than anything else, but let's just take you with me. Now, weirdly, for a shaft drive, this seems to really want to pull. Now, I was concerned about whether or not this was pulling straight, because not that it was pulling to the left or to the right, but it looked odd. And the more I look at it, it's not the bars, it's the clocks are slightly crooked. They're not quite mounted flat. So I'm trying to concentrate on keeping my bars completely flat. It is. It's difficult to see. My clocks are slightly pointed left. And that's really throwing me because it feels like the bars are twisted. It's not. It's the clock mounts are a little bit off, which is something I can sort out easily enough. I think I need to start messing around a bit more with that end. Right, so let's go for a bit of, so first, second, third, I mean, it's so much quieter. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still quite a noisy boy. Motad exhausts are not quiet, but it's so much better than those crappy Chinese ones I had on. More because of all the holes in the pipes, brutally. But gear change is nice and whatever I was going to say, nice and smooth. Brakes are good. I don't think the jetting's a million miles off. I might have to play with the air fuel screws. I will have to rebalance. My rev counter is playing sometimes and not others. Right, I'll stop kicking the tits out of it now. This is a residential street. Yeah, I think the bars are pretty much fine. I think it's the clocks, but I need to dig into all of that top end. It might be a little bit off, but it's nowhere near as off as the clocks are making it look. Right, I'm getting dragged out with the missus and the kids for the day, so that will do me. I'll catch you later. Ta-da.